You finally did it. You pulled back, you got some distance. You felt the fog start to lift for the first time in a long while. And then the message arrives. I've been thinking. I know I hurt you. I've really changed. Or maybe it's a crisis only you can help with, or a photo from a good day, or a happy birthday text so warm it makes you ache. And just like that, you feel yourself getting pulled back in. That pull has a name. It's called hoovering, named after the vacuum cleaner, because it's the move that sucks you back in right at the moment you were getting out. Today I'll show you what it is, why it lands so hard exactly when you're leaving, and how to feel it coming without hating yourself for feeling the pull. The careful note first. People do genuinely change, and reaching out after a rupture can be sincere. Not every "I miss you" is a manipulation. As always, we're looking at a pattern of behavior over time, not diagnosing a person. And I'll give you the tell that separates a real repair from a hoover in a moment. Here's the idea. Hoovering isn't random. It tends to arrive precisely when your distance starts to threaten someone's access to you, when the control is slipping, when the supply of your attention is running low. It's not about wanting you back exactly. It's about wanting the dynamic back, and it works by dangling the one thing you've been starving for, the good version, the charming one, the loving one, the person you fell for or always hoped they'd become, suddenly available again, right when you'd resigned yourself to never seeing them. So here's the one thing I want you to carry out of this video. The hoover isn't a promise of the future. It's a highlight reel of the past, played back to you at the exact moment you're weakest for it. What comes back isn't the person. It's the audition. Let me name the shapes it takes, because it's not always sweet. Sometimes it's the honeymoon replay. Sudden warmth, gifts, I've changed. A flood of the affection that's been missing for months. The version you'd almost forgotten existed back like they never left. Sometimes it's the crisis hoover, an emergency only you can fix. They're sick, they're in trouble, something's fallen apart, and your compassion is the hook. You can't walk away from someone in crisis, and they know it. Sometimes it's the guilt hoover. After everything I did for you, this is how you treat me, aimed straight at your conscience. And sometimes it's tiny and deniable. A meme, saw this and thought of you, a happy birthday, a small door propped open just to see if you'll walk back through. Now here's the tell, the single most useful thing in this whole video for separating a genuine repair from a hoover. A real repair leads with accountability and asks for nothing. A hoover leads with feeling and wants access back. A genuine change sounds like, I understand why you needed distance. I'm working on myself. You don't owe me anything, and I'm not asking for a thing. I just wanted you to know. No pressure, no timeline. Your boundary is respected. A hoover, underneath the sweetness, is always angling for re-entry. It wants the contact reopened, the guard dropped, the door back open. Watch what it's asking of you, not how nice it sounds. Warmth aimed at getting your defenses down is not the same as warmth that lets you keep them. So what do you do when the pull hits? The first move, name it to yourself out loud if you can. This is a hoover. Just labeling it breaks the spell a little, because the whole power of it depends on you experiencing it as a spontaneous, meaningful moment rather than a familiar move in a familiar cycle. You've seen this episode before. The second move, play the tape forward. The hoover shows you scene 1, the reunion, the flowers, the relief. Your job is to remember scene 2 and scene 12. Ask yourself honestly, what happened last time the warmth came back? If the honest answer is, it was wonderful for 2 weeks, and then we were right back here, then you already know how this movie ends. Don't watch the trailer and forget you've seen the film. The third move, you don't have to respond to the feeling in real time. The pull is engineered to make you act now, reply now, soften now, before your resolve returns. So build in a delay. You're allowed to not answer today. You're allowed to sit with the ache and let it pass, which it will, because feelings are weather. A boundary you set clear-headed does not need to be renegotiated the moment you feel a pang. Now the honest part, and it's the one that matters most. Feeling the pull does not mean you're weak or foolish. It means you're human, and it means the good times were real enough to miss. That's not a flaw in you. It's exactly what the tactic is built to exploit. Don't add self-contempt on top of it. You can feel the ache fully and still not pick up the phone. Those two things can be true at once, and holding both is the whole skill. Here's the close, same as always. This is education, not therapy, and not a diagnosis of anyone. If leaving or keeping distance from someone feels genuinely unsafe, if the hoovering turns to threats or you're afraid, that's beyond what a video can help with, and real confidential support exists, especially because leaving is often the most dangerous time. For immediate emotional crisis, call or text 988. For domestic violence support, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233, text START to 88788, or visit thehotline.org. So the next time you feel that vacuum pull right as the fog was lifting, pause, name it, and play the tape forward. The good version showing up isn't a promise. It's an audition for the same role you already saw played out. Next video, the move where someone quietly turns other people into their tools, comparing you, recruiting allies, making you compete for basic decency, triangulation, and how to step out of a game you never agreed to play. Subscribe so it's there when you need it.